engaged in your country's business. Before I begin, I just finished because the press will want to hear this before they hear me say anything, and it's just to keep them quiet from I'm only kidding. But we just finished another good, productive meeting with our congressional leadership about a path forward to make sure that America does not default on its debt for the first time in history. There's still work to do, but I made it clear to the Speaker and others that we'll speak regularly over the next several days, and the staff's going to continue meeting daily to make sure we do not default. I'm scheduled to travel tomorrow to the G7 summit in Japan, and America's role in the world is vital, especially right now as we work together with other countries to support Ukraine and take on all the challenges that demand international cooperation, from tackling climate change to strengthening the global economy. And the nature of the presidency is addressing many of the critical matters all at once, so I'm confident we're going to continue to make progress toward avoiding default and fulfilling America's responsibility as a leader on the world stage. However, I'm cutting my trip short. I'm postponing the Australia portion of the trip and my stop in Papua New Guinea in order to be back for the final negotiations with congressional leaders. And I spoke today with Prime Minister Albanese of Australia and a short time ago and let him know what was going on. There was an overwhelming consensus, I think, in today's meeting, the congressional leaders, that defaulting on the debt is simply not an option. Our economy would fall into recession. It would devastate retirement accounts, increase borrowing costs, and according to Moody's, nearly 8 million Americans would lose their jobs, and our international reputation would be damaged in the extreme if we were to let that happen. It's disappointing that our discussions in the congressional Republicans have not been willing to discuss raising revenues, but the policy differences between the parties should not stop Congress from avoiding default. I made clear again today's meeting that default is not an option. America pays its debts, pays its bills, and there will be plenty of time to debate the policy differences. But the country we've never defaulted on our debt, and we never will. Now,